Ryan Wyatt here for High Point Music's online video tutorials. So what we're going to do in this lesson is show you guys how to take your chords from this and jazz it up so they can sound like this. So in this reply to a viewer's Q&A, we're going to show them how to do that with their chords, take for some nice traditional voicings, take it to the next level and start jazzing up their chord voicings. Let's cue this intro. Alright, so what I've done in this tutorial is I've done up some exercises to show the viewer what he's already doing and how we can get him to get those more jazzy sounds, and I'm going to show you guys how those chords all fit together and how to make that transformation. Alright, so starting on the fretboard here, we've gone from a C major voicing like this. So this is the old bar chord, which is very close to the classical use of how to voice the chords. So we've got, in our first note here, we've got the C, which is the first degree of the scale, and the chord, the tonic. Third finger is taking up the fifth there on the 10th fret. And our fourth finger is playing the C up the octave there. Now this is a really common chord structure, particularly in the left hand of, say, classical piano or orchestral scores down low, having the root, the fifth, and then the octave, the extra notes to define the tonality, say the third, for example. The big difference in what happens with jazz voicings is what they actually do is, let's jump on the fretboard. What jazz voicings do is they actually strip back that structure to a much more basic structure, but they implement extra notes. So we've got the root still there, but we bring in the seventh of the chord, and then we've got the third degree of the chord there up the octave. So it's a more open sound, but it actually uses more and more voicings from the scale. So that's a really common theme. So a lot of jazz voicings are made up of major sevens, minor sevens, major nines, minor nines, and then we won't even get to dominants to keep this nice and to the point. So ways that you can actually start structuring your chords to make that more jazzy sound is so dropping out the fifth and the octave from the bottom structure of the chord and actually stripping it back so we're really targeting the root note. So just one voicing covering the root note, one voicing covering the third degree of the scale, and one voicing covering the seventh. Now the reason why we do that is because those three notes are the most important to the tonality of the chord. Those three, more than any other, define the actual, whether it's major, minor, or dominant. So by using less notes, the major seven actually gets a more open sound, but it has a deeper, darker sound, and it allows a lot more space for other instruments to be able to, for example, say a saxophone player or a singer, to be able to get in and move around that chord structure. So if you appreciate the content of this video, hit those like, subscribe, and share buttons. We really appreciate the shares getting around. If you've got a question like our viewer Dave today, send an email to learn@highpointmusic.com.au. I'm happy to look at those as time permits. If you want to get my help personally, you can book an online consultation via Skype or book an 8-week program where I personally design a practice program for you over the 8 weeks. And if you want to support the channel, you can do so by making a donation at the PayPal donate function, which the links are found in the description below. Practice hard. Had a lot of fun putting this one together, and I really look forward to hearing more emails from you all and putting out some more videos for you very shortly.